Hi, welcome to another episode of Silver Fox Scotland. Sometimes you've just got to feel sorry for spinning Jenny Gilruth. She's trying her very best. It's just a shame it's no good. She's been going on about the problems with behaviour in school. And indeed, the SNP government agreed with her and they said, yes, Jenny, go and investigate it. So she was given some money to do a whole sort of survey, investigation, find out all the causes and the problems and so forth. And they spent £175,000 investigating the problem with school behaviour, the lack of discipline, teachers being hit, pupils hitting each other, that sort of general low-level violence that goes on, sexual abuse, all sorts of things. £175,000 spent on this. The report came up with a whole list of recommendations, one of which, of course, was to give head teachers the power to exclude problem pupils. One was to give teachers the ability to sue the local authority for failing to implement health and safety standards. Things like this, because it is a health and safety issue. You go to school, you're at the risk of getting attacked. It's a health and safety issue, and so forth. There was a whole list of demands and advisories and things like that. That's what £175,000 buys you. So, having got this nice list and all these recommendations, what has the SNP done with it? Nothing. They failed to implement a single recommendation. And the reasons given are either A, some of them are too expensive, we haven't got the money to implement them. B, there's no political will to implement them because it would mean handing power over to, say, headmasters, head teachers, rather than having the power centralised within government. They don't want to give up power. No, head teachers must not have any authority, must not have the ability to throw children out of school. No, that's a bad thing because it's a dilution of power from the central core monolithic structure into other people who may not be controllable. So they don't like it. The third thing is liability. They did not want to make issues where ultimately either the school, the local authority, or ultimately the minister would be liable for issues going on in school. So this is why nothing was done. Money, power, and liability. They're scared of losing all three. Well, of losing the money and the power. They're not scared about losing the liability. They just don't want any liability. And so what has this £175,000 bought? Well, it's bought a nice report, and that's it. Gilruth was questioned, and she said, well, we need to look at the results of this. We need to take time to think about them before we implement these things going forward. These things can't be rushed into. It's the usual word salad bollocks of a policy that they know they're never going to implement because it goes against everything they stand for. Meanwhile, pupils don't get an education. Teachers will continue to be hurt, abused, insulted, etc. If I was a teacher at a school and someone did that to me, did anything to me, tempted to smack the hell out of the kid, but you don't. What you do is you just simply walk out, go home, phone up the headmaster or the head teacher. I keep saying headmaster, sexist bastard that I am. So I've always had headmasters my entire life, never had a headmistress. Anyway, you'd always have... You phone up the head teacher when you got home and say, I've taken the rest of the day. It's a health and safety issue. Please advise when this issue's been resolved. Obviously, I'll remain at home on full pay, as is my right under health and safety issues. And as soon as the problem's been fixed, I'll gladly come back. And if every teacher did that and every teacher was sitting at home on full pay, made it a health and safety issue, then things would happen. So that's what I say to the teachers. It's not going on strike. Go on strike, you lose money. Don't do that. Work to rule. The rule is it's a health and safety issue. Throw it back at the local educational authority. Make it their problem, not yours. Meanwhile, you sit at home. You're still on full pay. Absolutely. No one's blaming the teachers for going into a classroom and getting smacked or abused. Turn the problem around. Switch the problem around. Make the problem somebody else's problem. That way, results happen. Because when some guy in an office in the council is sitting there going, why have we got no teachers in the school? And then the bills come in, we've still got to pay them. Why? It's a health and safety issue. Panic stations. Then all of a sudden, change. See, it's a public service announcement. Thanks very much. Bye.